Welcome to another celebration of our upcoming 30 days of empowerment and courage. We are thrilled to have one of our overall most comprehensive mentor, coach, founder of the Lifted Lid, Haley Petrie. So let's get to it.
Empowering women on a global scale. Welcome to Powerful Women Today with Carolina Billings. Powerful Women Today is on a mission of inclusion, rewriting his story to include her story, and empowering, raising, and amplifying women's voices with professional speaking, publishing, original podcasting, and web TV. And now here's your host, the founder of Powerful Women Today, Carolina Billings.
Welcome, Haley. Welcome. And we're going to be discussing the lifted lid. And who better to explain it than our very own mentor expert and overall brilliant woman, Haley Petrie.
Thank you so much, Carolina. It is always great to be on here with you. And the lifted lid was the name I chose for my coaching practice because when we've all been there where we feel stuck, you just can't find that out of the box thinking or that out of the box courage, confidence, or empowerment. And that's what I love to do is help you lift the lid around your personal happiness, your love relationships, and your business success. And usually all three in some cool, entangled way because they affect each other.
Well, you really triangulate between the three, right? Because at any given moment, one of them is going to be acting up and lifting your lid, and does affect the other two. So those are the core areas where if we really do the work and we find some level of happiness and fulfillment within it, the rest is just bliss, right? The rest is just really living the experience. Once we know that we're living our own experience and living what we want. So you were one of the co-authors. I'm going to pick up this baby. One of the co-authors and #1 Amazon bestseller in Women in Business of our anthology 30 Days to Success. In your chapter, which you are a fantastic author. This is not the first time you're a bestseller. You're a multiple-time bestseller. Your chapter, 52 Tips for Living Your Best Life.
I really wanted to leave our readers, Carolina, with something they could action every week for the whole year. And about a third of those tips are around our personal happiness, things that include making sure you are overcoming depression, anxiety, addiction, trauma, transition, keeping you healthy in your mindset. About a third of those tips are about your relationships. If you're choosing to be in one, how you can have healthy, connected, thriving, safe, juicy relationships. And about a third are about how to have success in organizing your time, your life, your business, so that you're able to create the income and the impact you want without having to trade more than 40 hours a week. And so you can really have that. Overall, the purpose of that chapter, Life Lessons, is to help you have an extraordinary quality of life because you deserve it, you're worth it, and there are specific methods that make it more likely to happen for you.
And what I like about it too is that by making it intentional, by having, some kind of, I don't want to say schedule, but some kind of flow, right? Mm-hmm. Between the personal, the business, we are able to make sure that we don't ignore one area of our lives. Because, if you take any one segment of your life and you give it your all, right? Grass is greener where watered. So if all we do is focus on a relationship and, all we do is just our, one track mind, we're going to have the best hopefully we're going to have the best relationship ever. But what about your work? What about your children? What about your friends? What about your family? What about your personal goals and aspirations, right? Your personal development.
Your workouts, your reading. Yes, it's so true. And, balance is a controversial topic. Some people believe it's possible, some people believe it's impossible. The truth is, as we aim for balance, we are always going to be off balance for a season or a reason, and that's okay. But we want to check in on how we're balancing out what's important to us every week and every month so that nothing goes off kilter for too long. We're going to go through a run in our business where we're running for, maybe it is a promotion or an impact. You want to serve 100 women or 1,000 women or 1,000,000 women.
Brilliant.
We're going to go, maybe you're training for a marathon. You're going to go through a
Mhm.
really health intensive season. We just don't want to stay with that scale tilted in only one life area for too long because other things get under attended to.
And
And
that's where the word balance, I think, catches a lot of people because they, sometimes it's easy to look at, okay, you know what, I got 100 hours. Balance means 10 hours, 10 hours, 10 hours, 10 hours. No, it doesn't mean
it's
that.
not a scale that's gonna sit
That's right.
right. It's
It just
walking the
means
tightrope, adjusting constantly, taking the best next step in the way that's best for you, that's aligned with where you're going, that makes sense for what's possible, what you've decided is possible for you. It's a constant readjustment, and I think balance is a fluid concept
that's right.
for sure. We're never gonna get everything done in a week
Well,
or a day or life, just the stuff that matters.
we cannot live 100% time in vacation mode. We cannot live 100% time in work mode. That's why we have, we take time for vacation. We take time, well, hopefully we take time for vacation, take time
Yes.
for vacation, take time for working, and take time for ourselves. And I think that is the area where I believe, and this is my personal opinion, you really serve the most and you have the greatest impact
Thank you.
because you also remind us you take care of self.
And it's a hard concept to actually embody, one that is surprisingly hard. And always remember, Carolina, I probably did 100 airplane flights with newborns. I have 3 boys, breastfed them, traveled since they were a couple weeks old, used to do a lot of corporate conferences. And every time the flight crew would say, put your own mask on first, for
Mm,
years, I remember saying, what kind of mother do you think I am? Of course, I'm putting it on the baby first. And it really didn't dawn on me until my last little guy, who's now 6. We were traveling and he was 3 weeks old. I was nursing. And the flight crew gave that message, put your own oxygen mask on first. And it finally hit me like a lightning bolt. I go, oh,
oh,
you mean if the baby lives and his mama doesn't? Who's gonna raise him,
pass
feed
out.
him, diaper him? And it was a really profound shift in how I choose to do my life. I no longer was going to be a woman that would cancel on myself and meet other people's needs because my own health was failing. I was having some neurological events, losing my speech and ability to write, which is a real problem when you're an author, a speaker, and a
Just
coach and counselor. And I realized I'm not of use to the people I love and want to serve if I'm not okay. And I started putting the first thing on my schedule is when I take care of my mind, my heart, my body, my energy. So I've got a full cup that I can pour out for others. And it's not selfish to take
no,
care of
no,
ourselves. It is a requirement. If you have a big heart and want to take care of the world, you must take care of yourself or you won't be
and
here.
we get that message a lot, right? Like when, for our sisters south of the borders, their 401k, for our sister RSPs, any financial advisor always tells you pay yourself first,
Yeah.
pay your future self first, right? We have another one of our business sisters and mentor, Ian, that is a huge champion and expert on profit first, right? And it's because I don't know when it began that women were taught to put themselves last.
Well, it's
That
interesting
is
because
some kind of badge of honor.
yeah, it's interesting because we are in 2022 right now, and it's still a relatively new phenomenon as you look back over our ancestry that we are even striving for equality, let alone having it or wanting to have it, that we can vote, that we can work, that we have
It's
a
funny you say that because we think it's been forever, but it actually hasn't.
In our
It's
grandmother's lives,
fantastic.
we were not free, we were not equal, we did not have a
Mhm.
say. And so, what we're standing for today, proudly, you know, you and I in our generation, we are shocked to see inequality. But the truth is, it's only a few decade long phenomena
That's
that
right.
women.
And even geographically, we were speaking about that with Simone, our other business sister, that, we tend to sometimes think North American centric, right? Where we're fighting for that equality, where now it's like, all barriers are down. It's really up to you to empower yourselves and own it. That's not
Mhm,
what's happening all over the world.
no.
That's this is not so it is a long journey to go, and I love the work that you do. And in some of the things that I also love about the way that you show up in service is that you're also fairly traditional, where you say, and I will always, and actually I do hear your voice sometimes, when you said, my children deserve happy parents.
Yes, you know, in our house, Carolina, we do so
Wow.
many things against the mold, and I love that. You know, for almost 6 years, my husband was a stay-at-home dad and a wonderful father, and I was the primary financial provider for the five of us. And I like that we're against the mold in that way, but we're also against the mold that once I learned to stop being a woman who canceled on myself to take care of everybody else and get sick in the process, my husband and I had a date night every single Monday for close to a decade, even with babies and newborn babies. Why? Because I believe they deserve happy parents. And we, just like we have to do our self care, so we've got a full cup to pour from, we need to do marriage or relationship
That's
care
right.
if we're in one, or if we choose to be in one, so that that relationship, all the cups are full.
Blossoms. So that
Yeah.
you're in beautiful places. We're back to the grass is greener where watered. So I am so proud you're going to be participating in our visibility summits. You run one of the boutique accelerators for Powerful Women Today, and are overall just an incredible colleague. You and I have been working together for many years, and it's always fresh. We can always speak forever. And excited to continue to serve and to continue to push boundaries. And I invite all of you to join us, whether it's live or on demand. Instead of making one big event, we broke it down into, digestible blocks. So it is 5 sessions: speaking, coaching, publishing, boutique accelerators, so that you can niche down on the area that you feel will make the greatest impact right away in your life. And also, we do our celebration of 30 days to courage. So click on the link above and below. I will put it into places. And hopefully you can join us, whether it's for you or someone you know. And I thank Haley for just this incredible journey, and for always being such a source of positivity and optimism and happiness, but for showing up with your best every single time.
Thank you, Carolina. It's an honor to be with you and to be with amazing business soul sisters as we speak to the women's empowerment movement. The truth is, we're all going to have forces that are acting against us, outside of us, and around us. And there will be parts of our lives that are not within our ability to control or influence, even. So we might as well do all we can about what we can. And that journey starts within. We need to teach the world how to love us, respect us, and treat us by treating ourselves that way. You know, we're often raised as children, do unto others as you want to have them do unto you. But we are not often enough told, do unto yourself as you want for others to then model and do unto
Right.
you. So we need to lead by example in the treatment of ourselves and the treatment of others. And our empowerment journey starts with the decision that the life that is in front of you is one that you do get a say over, that you can start to influence, that your decisions, your choices, your actions, your beliefs, they all can make a positive difference. And there's more possible for you when you decide to be the one that's revving the engine. So I love your mission and your vision, Carolina, and
Oh,
giving women that confidence to go forth and make great things happen for ourselves and
make
for others
great
because
things.
we can.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody. And we will see you next time.
Empowering women on a global scale. This has been Powerful Women Today with Carolina Billings. To learn more about how you can join and transform your life and the lives of women everywhere with professional speaking, publishing, podcasting, and web TV, visit powerfulwomentoday.com. Remember to subscribe to this podcast on iTunes, YouTube, or wherever you like to listen and watch your podcasts.